Welcome to the Risk Taker Podcast. This is Ebens. I'm your host, man. Listen, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Man, how you guys feeling, man? This episode, man. This episode is something special. I call this series. It's a special edition. That's what I call this series, man. Look, man. I have Gigi here with me, um, which I mentioned. She's my best friend, my wife, uh, my
Baby
baby
mama.
mama, my business partner, and yeah,
Let's
let's
get
get to
into
this
this.
episode, man. Um, so this is a good one. We are in the same team, you know.
Yeah.
When you think about that, like what come into mind? Like we are in the same team as a couple, as as business partner, as parent. Like how what come into mind?
When I think about we are the same team, it makes me think of like a sports team, particularly a basketball team. 'Cause I like basketball because no matter
Who's your favorite
how
team?
Warriors, of
Ooh.
course. Come on now. Um, no matter how good a one player may be on that team, they may be the superstar in that team, they still need a team to win a championship, and they can't do it by themselves. So that's what I think about. I think about you can't do everything by yourself. So you need a good team that you can trust, you can
Mm-hmm.
rely on, somebody who you consider family, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
basically somebody you can trust. And that's why it's very important, I think, when somebody's choosing their spouse,
Yep.
you can't be like, oh, they cute, he all right, you can't only go based by that because I'm like, okay, like when it's time to win that championship, is this a good team member to win this championship with?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that I think about.
Yeah. While you mentioned that the team, you know how some team like you have a losing season, right? You have a losing season, and you have to change some stuff around.
Yeah,
No, not change the team. No, you might change the coach. You might change, but the goal is to win the championship.
that's the goal. That's
That's the
always the
goal,
goal. Yeah.
right? You could be in the bench. No, you could be. You always say this, like the players that's on the bench, like they never got a chance to go into the game, but then the bench cheering on their teammate. When that team win the championship, everybody get a
Everybody
ring.
wins. Everybody wins.
Everybody's win.
Yeah, that's how you have to look at it. You have to look at especially when it comes to your relationship, right? You have to look at it as as a team.
Have you ever felt like you're building something with no blueprint? Just hustle, faith, and late nights holding it all together? Then this book is for you. Building from scratch, from hustle to strategy. How to build, scale, and succeed in business isn't just a book, it's a playbook. Written by the dynamic duo behind this very podcast, it's packed with the real lessons, mindset shifts, and step by step game plans they use to build from absolutely nothing. If you're stuck in hustle mode but ready for strategy, this book meets you right there. Grab your copy now at the Dynamic Duos speaks.com because your next level requires a new strategy.
You know, like I know we're fortunate that we work together,
Yes.
right? I mean, we have businesses together, we're working together. But some people may say, oh, your relationship is different because you guys are working together, you're in the same industry, right? Like we had a couple, one's working and the other one is
Mm-hmm.
not. But I'm like, but at the end of the day, what is the collective goal
Gold.
for that relationship? Like what do you guys want to accomplish? Because you don't have to work together
Mm-hmm.
to support each other. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that person who may be an entrepreneur, they because they get so many no's and so many disappointments throughout the day, and then they go home to their spouse and they're like, oh, you didn't get that yet, you didn't get that account yet, or I thought you promised me this money was going to come, and that's the last thing people want to hear. But as a spouse, you can encourage them. You're like, you know what, you're going to get it next time. Or what do you need? What kind of help do you need? Or do I need to pray for you? So these are things that you can do to help your spouse. Like I said, like the analogy, you know what I mean? Like I always tell you, hey, if you know, if the Warriors ever call me and tell me they want me to play for them, I'm going to sit right there on that bench. You need a towel. You need some water. You need a fan. What do you need? Because at the end of the day, when the team wins, right, I'm still getting the ring.
Yep.
You know, because I was part of the team. You know, like I don't have to be out there shooting with Stephen Curry. No, I'm going to still get a ring because I'm part of that team. So that's how I look at it. Like the team is going to win.
Yep. Yeah, and as a couple, like you say, like what's the objective goal? No.
Yeah.
Is it to win a championship? If it's to win a championship, again, this is the step that's gonna get us there.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have challenge along the way, but how do we overcome those challenges together? No, eventually, me and you, like I am blessed that we both fall into the same industry. We work together, but it wasn't like this in the
It
beginning.
wasn't.
No, it was
It
not
was
like
not.
this in the beginning. People might think now seeing us, they're like, yo, they killing it together. No, like it wasn't like this in the beginning. No.
I think for us it was the communication.
Yes.
It was like just communicating what we want, what we need, the whole vision itself. It was not clear, you
Yep.
know, because you had your perception, I had my perception, and then both of us was trying to create this thing, but separate dreams, you know. But I think sometimes we have to be open and honest with each other and communicate.
Yep.
And say, okay, this is the game plan. This is where I see us going. And it's not one person saying, okay, this is what's going to happen. No, let's input everything together. You know, this is how I can help. This is what you can help. This is what we're going to do to build. And it all starts with being honest with just the communication.
Yep.
Like I mean, like in our book, Building from Scratch, I tell a story of how like when we started OWIG,
Yep.
you know, it was your dream. You know?
Oh,
wait, let me
oh,
finish.
yeah.
Let me finish. The reason I say it was your dream, right? Because I was happy. No, let me rephrase. I was not happy. I was comfortable knowing that, hey, at least 2 weeks, I got to check. It wasn't that much. You know, and we talk about this in the book too.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't that much. I mean, well, actually, it was nothing, you know, because we were still behind bills and everything.
Everything. Yeah.
But I knew that every 2 weeks, I was going to get something, you know? And then when you came with this risk to start our own firm, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. But I only did it to support my husband because I was like, he got a dream. All right, I'm gonna support it. But I didn't know that it was going to work, right? So that's why I said it was your dream in the beginning, right? And I didn't capture the full dream, right? But then you and we had a conversation and you broke it down. And then I'm like, oh, okay, hold on, I could see this. And then sometimes people don't see it the first time.
Yeah, true.
You know, and then you get discouraged, and then that's when you start having issues in your marriage or your relationship because the person did not see your dream. But sometimes that person just need time for you to explain it to them and show them the clear vision.
Yep.
And that's what happened. We communicated, and you showed me the clear vision, and now look where we are with OWIG.
Well, yeah, true. No, it's
Yeah.
both of our dream. Like I always say that.
Yeah.
Even though God had put that thoughts that I came to you. No, I came to you. I was like, you know what? This is what we're gonna take the risk. Like, it's a risk that we have to take as a
Quit both of our jobs.
unit. Yeah, as a unit. Like we gotta move as a unit. And I think I mentioned that on my previous podcast where I was talking like, okay, how do we move as a unit, as a team? And I came to you, I was like, you know, okay, here's what we're gonna do. No, it's not what I'm gonna do. It's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And the communication part, that we have to have a real conversation, and look what, like 7, 8 years now, like going, like you see the fruit that come from that dream.
Yeah.
No. And along the dream, that how many people that we blessed.
Yeah.
No. And imagine if we was not on the same team.
All right, risk takers, quick break before we dive back in. If you've been building, grinding, and betting on yourself, it's time your wardrobe matched your mindset. Owig apparel isn't just clothing, it's a statement. From the bold risk taker hoodies to the signature Dream Chasers tees, every piece is designed to remind you why you started. Shop now at owigapparel.com because when you walk in purpose, your clothes should speak before you do. Back to the episode.
Just imagine that, like how many people that you want to be able to bless.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important to lay down the vision to that person, and put the goal in the objective. Include that person, like it's a we.
Yeah.
It's not it's we. Even though the other spouse might be working in a job, the other one is an entrepreneur, right? Find a way that both will come to the table. Here's what I could do to make this dream come a reality. Here's what we
Yeah.
could do together.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
If one working a job to support the dream, no, and while the other one is just going out there make it happen, and give it time.
Yeah.
Give it time to produce result, because that's what I think people get carried away with. It's like, as soon, let's say you buy a team, right? Let's say you buy a team, right?
They're like,
You
"Let's
want,
do it."
You want the result right now. Man, it doesn't come right now. Like, you gotta give it time. You gotta be patient.
Yeah.
And the result is gonna come if the person is putting the work in. We always say that you gotta put the work in.
Yeah.
For this thing to work, for us to work as a couple, as a parent,
Yeah.
we gotta put the work in.
Yeah.
And another thing to be on the same faith.
You need faith. That's the foundation.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys. Without faith, I'm not saying you can't be successful. You can, but for us, that was the foundation.
That was the foundation.
That we put the foundation, we put God in the middle for us to win that championship. Because you gotta have faith. Now, for you to do that. Now, because we lay down the vision. Now, with the vision, it come with faith, and you gotta step out on faith, and that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
We step out on the faith, and we make this thing work. And it was not easy. It was not.
Mm-mm.
So, as a couple, like, what advice that you could give other couples? Like, look, man, we gotta. How do people find ways to be on the same team? Like,
I think one thing that helped us too is having like a dream board.
oh, yes,
You know what I mean? Having, okay, now let's build this future that we want. And having the dream board and working on the dream board together and seeing this future and praying over it and incorporating our kids in it. So that helped too, and that opened the communication of, okay, where do you want to go? Like, where do you see us? How can we get there? For you to work together as a team, because at the end of the day, you're gonna look at, yo, this is the vision that we have, and how can we make that happen?
Yep. I agree. Another thing too is that what we are in the same team. We both have different. Another thing that we could talk to is that as an individual, you have goals.
Oh, yeah.
You have individual goals. No, yeah, we both on the same team. Each one of us have
Don't
different.
forget your goals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
yeah, don't forget
Don't forget your goals.
I
Yeah.
remember when after I got married, because I always tell people, it's like when I got married, I felt like I lost a piece of me because I became a wife, you know, and then I have kids, and I lost another piece of me, and then my identity was becoming a mother. And then I remember you asking me, like, what are your dreams? Like, what do you want to do? Because I felt my identity was in a wife and being a mother. And then I didn't realize that somewhere I lost my way, you know. And it took me a while for me to realize and sit down and say, yo, what does Gigi want to do? And then just going after my goals and my dreams and stuff like that too. Like, don't forget you
Yep.
in the process.
True. And support one another in the process.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's how we gonna accomplish that goal. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. We're gonna accomplish. So, um, like we say in the beginning, it was hard. Like I had like the way I do stuff is different from the way you do stuff. No, and I remember one time
But head.
we butt heads. Like it was like, yo, this is you have to do it my way. No,
Yeah,
you
and
have to
I'm
do it
like,
my way.
yo,
Yep.
I don't like doing it your way. You
Yep.
know, like you used to put me out like in front of people, you put me on the spot, and I'm like, you can't put me on the spot like that. You know, and then that's like I said, that's a real conversation that we had to have because in the beginning I never used to say anything, and then at one point because you were like, yo, why you upset? And I mean, you can't. I don't like it when you put me on the spot like that. You know, and then you're like, oh, I didn't know that. And now we talk about things.
Things.
Hey, if we're gonna do something, who's gonna speak here or speak there?
Yep.
And now we've done it so much, we flow. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
but those were the things I'm like, I don't like that. And then
Yep.
there's some things I did, and you said you don't like that.
Like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how we get better.
Yeah, and we know each other's strengths and weaknesses. We know, you know what I'm not good at. Now you know I know what you're not good at. I know
Yeah.
what you're good at. So and we talk about these things because for us to win the championship, for us to reach that goal that we wanna reach, like we have to have those hard conversations.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm gonna say that if support each other and sometimes I don't know, people get intimidated.
Yeah.
That's how
Intimidated.
Yep. And if you really love that person, man,
It don't matter.
that don't matter, man. If that person,
Because when they win, you win.
you win.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you win, I win. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like even if like sometimes when you win awards and stuff like that, I feel like yo, I win the award too. Like
Same here.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I feel like you win, I win, you win, because we're a team.
Team,
You
yep.
know, there's no jealousy, there's no envy, there's nothing because I see it as we are a team. We're one.
Yep, yep. And you know the goal, you know the objective. Like we both know like what we're trying to accomplish. So yeah, yeah. There you have it, man. There you have it, man. Look at like we have like most of these things are that we discuss in the book.
We
So,
go in.
We go in a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper in the book, man. The mistake that we made, the wins, like everything that we went through, it's all in the book, man. So
Yeah.
like I'm excited for you guys to watch out for that. Watch out for that. So yeah,
Yep, you can find it on Amazon.
yeah. It's gonna be on
yeah.
Amazon, and we're gonna put the link on our website where
Yep.
where you could find that too. So yeah. So yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, man. Again, this is Evans coming from the Risk Taker Podcast. Listen, man, you could listen to our podcast on Spotify. You could watch it on YouTube. You could listen in Apple Podcasts, Risk Taker Podcast, man. Look, see you in the next episode. I'm out.